says there's no sound. I've been talking to myself with my microphone off. That is terrible. So thanks for being here, Elizabeth. Thanks for commenting. I wasn't even sure if I was live to begin with because I was having some trouble, still having trouble getting into Restream today. Not sure what's going on with that account, but I'm going to try again. Oh, it's letting me in this time. It was saying my account was invalid to begin with. So am I live? I'm not live on LinkedIn, so I need to fix that, and then I'm going to finish this live stream. So I'll start over. Let me allow LinkedIn so I can reconnect there. I may have to pause. Let's see what happens. Nope. Okay. I'm definitely now live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn, but I've been talking to myself with no sound for the last little bit. So I appreciate that, Elizabeth. I said so many great things, I feel like, and I'm sorry that you all missed out on them, but I digress. So that was the thing I was working on at the beginning of this live stream, was checking to see if I was even live at all. So your comments are certainly valuable. Thank you, Elizabeth. And then I started talking about a few of the things that are on my mind. And I shared that we just recorded a wonderful episode with Anita Anello for our podcast, the Pro Growth Podcast. That will be published next Thursday morning. So certainly look out for that. But that had me thinking about, thank you, Elizabeth. Hopefully the second time is even better. Yes. That had me thinking about community and all of the things that I have experienced as it pertains to building towards a successful future, building a business, building relationships with people. And I couldn't help but think about my time on active duty in the military. Throughout my career, we moved around a bunch. Every 2 to 3 years, we were in a new location. And wherever we showed up, we were plugged into a new community. But it wasn't difficult to make new friends because we had so many things in common with each other. And as I looked at the past few years of building a business that had nothing to do with my time in the military, had nothing to do with the work I was trained to do there, I realized that right away after the transition that I lacked community. And the one thing I needed to be successful in business was relationships with other people, community, being a part of those communities that would ultimately contribute to me being able to lead a successful business. And I started off with the wrong approach. I started off with a necessity to build business and to make sales and to earn an income and to be able to provide for my family and I. And I feel like the best thing to point out there is that it came off to other people as no lack of clarity. They could see that what I needed was new clients, and it wasn't an effective approach. But when I started to listen to the mentors I was finding at the time, the Dan Millers and the Ray Edwards and the Donald Millers of the world, I started to shift my perspective and focus on, the future and how I could build relationships, not just new clients. And that allowed me to really change my focus and perspective on community building. And I think one of the biggest lessons I learned was, as I started out in full-time entrepreneurship, I had become a certified story brand guide, and I really loved what the work of Donald Miller and building a story brand teaches from a community building aspect. And I'm going to pause right there and come back to that, because right now I'm in the midst of these projects I'm working on. I'm super excited about. I can't share all the details yet until we're in place with these, but I have been invited to speak at a luncheon next month and prepare for a slightly different approach to a networking event. And that had me thinking about all of the community building that is happening and what allowed me to be in a position. I moved here to this new city in May in a new environment. I didn't have any existing relationships here. And I thought about first, how can I plug in and how can I become part of this community? And then how can I support this community? And the lesson I took away from the story brand was the paradigm shift that they introduced through their materials and their framework and what they're teaching business owners in communicating better with their marketing. How do you get your marketing to stand out in a crowded marketing environment? We're bombarded with messages every day. And what they teach is that instead of showing up and being focused on me and what I need and how successful I might be, show up and invite people into this story, introducing yourself as a guide that can help them navigate their own journey to success, right? Portraying those people as the hero of the story, and how by combining efforts together, joining forces, you can guide them to the success that they're looking for. And so if you step out of the business context for a minute and look at how you might apply those lessons into relationship building, for me, it looked a lot like investing my time in being genuinely curious and interested in what other people are doing and what others' needs looked like. And that has really allowed me to thrive in building new relationships with people and new connections. And, I gave an example not long ago in the podcast and some other areas that, I turned what would have been a cold call into a warm relationship where I was invited to come and sit down for coffee and share advice with someone who, again, started out as a cold call to me to try and sell me a service. I told them up front, I will probably never purchase that service from you because it's not a great fit for my business, but I would love to spend time getting to know more about you and what you're doing because I like the effort that you're putting forth. And that little bit of investment and the shift in mindset allowed a much stronger connection. And that is the same example I'm going to give you for what has allowed me to build these connections in this community that would invite me to share some of my experiences with business leaders that I haven't even had time to connect with yet or build relationships with. And so it's putting me in a position where people are looking at me as, someone to connect with. And I owe it to that experience and the lessons I've learned through shifting my focus to be genuinely interested in other people. So I want to encourage you today to just look at how you can build new relationships, whether it's for your business or just to improve your life. Invest time in others and wanting to connect with and learn about them from a genuine place of curiosity. The second point I wanted to share today was about stretching our own resources and reaching into places that are going to propel us into the next level of success that we're looking for. I've been part of the $1 Million Message Mastermind with Ray Edwards for going on about a year now. And I look and see that while I may not have experienced as much financial gain through that mission as I might enjoy or I might like, what I recognized as I was invited to a new opportunity with them to be part of yet another program that they're offering was that it allowed me to grow personally so much more than I could have done on my own. The community I became a part of there and the way those people show up for each other and the way I'm able to show up for them challenged me beyond my comfort zone to move into places I hadn't yet experienced, and with a lot of guidance and a lot of support from that community. And so I looked at this new opportunity, and it's going to be a stretch for me, but I know that by stretching myself, it's going to challenge me in even bigger ways and even newer ways that I hadn't looked at before. And I want to encourage you to connect. If you're a business leader, I want to encourage you to connect with a community that's going to challenge you for growth. If you're not investing in that next level of your success, then why should people invest in you for their own success? And if you want to be part of a community like that, I'm building one, right? I have a mastermind. If you want to know more about that, I'd encourage you to check it out. I'm looking for people who are ready to take initiative to get to that next level of success in their own lives and their own work. And you can join us there if you visit my website at danw.us. And check out the button that says Journey Mastermind. There's an application there. I'd love to hear from you. It's not a great fit for everybody, right? If you're just looking for a group that's going to be your accountability partners, probably not a great fit for you. But if you're ready to take action in your life and your work and start really moving through the things that are going to get you to the next level, we're going to be there for you in that aspect. And I just love the different perspectives that are being shared throughout that process, and connecting with like-minded people who do offer the opportunity to connect with them and share from their own experiences those things that might be impactful to help you through those challenges you're facing. So I want to encourage you there as well. How can you stretch yourself today to get to that next level of success that you're looking for? And then We just started a new round of 48 days seminars. That's the 48 days to the work and life you love process. It really helps you move from this frustrating place of day in and day out work that doesn't bring you the satisfaction, the joy, and the fulfillment that you know is out there for you. And as we started this process, I'm excited by the prospect to see the people that we're supporting through that, learn and grow in that same way I just finished talking about, using some different tools and resources and guiding them through the steps to really truly evaluate what is it in their life that's missing, and then how can we align our work or our search for work or search for creating new work that allows us to find that level of fulfillment. But the first piece that comes to mind is, as we wrap up this week's events with that seminar, is the thought from most people about goals, right? We look at goals, and in order to be more productive in setting goals that are producing results, we look at what do we have to add to our lives in order to achieve that. And today I just want to challenge that thought process for a minute and ask you this question as we go into the weekend. What are the things that you need to stop doing in your life in order to reach those next level of success? I shared earlier on my social media feed something about the current state of the media, and there's a lot of attention on missing persons, and there's this big uproar about how many other people are missing in the world, and why are we focused on this one woman? Why does that one woman deserve so much attention? And the answer is simple. The answer is that it's sensational. If it's not sensational, they don't sell media time. They don't get people watching their show, and they want to do that. They want to continue to create the sensational environment that gets people excited and brings this fire up in them that allows them to then tune in and then start getting upset about the things that are happening around them. They're there to do that on purpose. And the one thing I'm going to tell you that I think you could stop doing and benefit from right now is tuning out. Turning the media off, turning the TV off, looking at what book can I read that's going to propel me in the next level of my journey today. You can read a book this weekend that could change your entire thought process about your current work. And I'll go back and say, read Building a Story Brand, read Business Made Simple. Something that's going to impact the future of your business would be much more productive use of your time than tuning into the media. And then the question I pose, as it pertains to that same topic, the media, is where were all the uproar? Where was all the uproar when, there were riots in the streets? The media was antagonizing you, but you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that they were leaving out all of the other stories that were really happening in the background. We didn't hear an uproar about that because it supported this ideology that we wanted to carry with us because it lit a fire under us to be part of something. And I challenge that. Where was the uproar when we were pre-election and there was these, slandered statements between parties, Joe Biden this and Trump that? Who cares? What was going on beyond that? Where's the truth? What are the actual policies that they want to implement? Nobody was listening to that because all we could hear was Trump this and Biden that. And man, I felt so much peace in my life and so much relief in my life when I stopped watching TV, when I stopped tuning into the media, when I started to look at new ways of progression, reading new materials that challenged my thought process, mindfulness content and more positivity in my life. How can I find more of that? What did I need to stop doing in order to make space for those new things to enter my life? And that's what I want to leave you with today. I want to encourage you to find out, what can you stop doing this weekend to start propelling yourself in that new direction, that new thing you want to pursue in your life? And then I'm going to encourage you to step out of the fear. Don't worry about this big animal that they call fear. Start with one simple step, one simple action step at a time. Those are my thoughts for today. If you join me, I love to hear from you. I appreciate you for being here. I'm grateful for each and every one of the people that are in my life today. And as I continue to surround myself with people I'm genuinely interested in, people that are inspiring me, people that excite me, and people that challenge me to try new things, I am grateful for you today, and I thank you for being here. I hope that you have an amazing weekend, and I look forward to talking to all of you.